What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. I will keep you up to date here with everything going on here that you need to know about. Also, thanks for hitting the like button for us down below. It has been revealed here that Democratic Senator Joe Manchin has been in talks with Democratic Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer here, and they have met several different times here recently over the Build Back Better package, which may be renamed. It probably will be renamed here. But as you can see here from Axios, Manchin is serious about talks with Schumer over a reconciliation package, which they will have to use or probably lose before the midterm elections because, well, once the midterm elections come, then, well, who knows what's going to happen in the Senate. Right now, the Senate is a 50-50, 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. The Democrats only have the majority lead in the Senate because the vice president is a Democrat, Kamala Harris. If the vice president was a Republican, the Republicans would have the majority lead in the Senate. So the Democrats have the narrowest of margins in the Senate, and thus they control the Senate and can pass packages with only 50 votes. But they can only pass a very small amount, and thus far have only been able to pass one package. That third stimulus check package, which had the $1,400 stimulus checks, it had the child tax credits in there, which were passed for last year, only 1 year. That had the monthly checks, the $250 to $300 checks that totaled $3,000 to $3,600 for over 40 million children. And those stopped at the end of last year. And Joe Manchin signed on for that, and Kirsten Sinema. They both voted yes on that package. It also had mortgage assistance, rent assistance, utility assistance, all sorts of things like that. It was over $40 billion in rent assistance, $9.9 billion of homeowners assistance. I've done previous videos on that if you've been following along. And but Joe Manchin has not signed on yet for a renewal of that. And there's a lot of questions on what will be in this new version of this next stimulus package or reconciliation package or Build Back Better package. And yeah, they're going to have to use it or pass it here quickly before the midterm elections, because after the midterm elections, well, it's just going to be completely different, because if the Democrats don't control the Senate, there's no more reconciliation card. If they do control the Senate, well, it could be completely different, because first of all, if they have 51 votes, well, they won't really need Joe Manchin's vote so much, but they won't need Kirsten Sinema per se. If they have 52 votes, then they won't need either of them per se. But if the Republicans control the Senate, then they can pass bills with the reconciliation process like they did in 2017 with the 2017 Trump tax cuts. So, in fact, that's when former President Donald Trump raised the child tax credits from $1,000 to $2,000. But you had to file a tax return then to get them. In fact, the child tax credits have actually been around for like 24 years now, 23, 24 years now. But you have to file a tax return to get it. So if they don't pass the child tax credits, if they don't renew them this year, the enhanced child tax credits, maybe I should say, they'll go back down to $2,000 instead of $3,000 or $3,600 per child. So they'll be significantly less 50 to 70% less. And they won't have the monthly payment option either. And there'll be millions of people that won't get them because there's millions of people that don't file tax returns as well. Yeah. And remember, the third stimulus check package had the $1,400 stimulus checks in there, and rent assistance, and mortgage assistance, and utility assistance. Yeah, there was a lot of things in that package that could be in this next reconciliation package as well. And, well, Manchin says that that's what they're working on, a new version of this next package, and we'll see what's in there. Another thing that has long been awaited by millions of people here. You can see here, Joe Manchin says cutting prescription drug prices is one thing that Democrats must achieve in 2022. And Bernie Sanders agrees. But, well, they have to actually put it in legislation and pass it. There's over 150 million or so Americans that actually take prescription drugs and pay for it one way or another through deductibles, co-pays, Medicare, Medicaid, or not Medicaid, but Medicare, or through monthly premiums. And, well, we pay more in prescriptions than any other country in the world by a long shot. Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia gave fresh hope to Democrats that he could strike a deal to secure a key slice of their agenda, saying prescription drug pricing is something we all agree on. He said at a West Virginia AARP event, "If we do nothing else this year, I think we can do a lot more. But if we do nothing more this year, there's one thing that must be done." He reiterated his support to lower drug prices in what could form a last-ditch party line bill that can pass without GOP or Republican votes. "The waiting game is over. The time to act is now," he said at the event. Well, I mean, the waiting game is over. We're waiting on your vote, Joe Manchin. That's the only thing that we've been waiting on. People been waiting on. They literally passed bills in the House and sent it over to the Senate, and we're waiting on you. It's so funny. They're unbelievable, right? He says the waiting game is over. Well, everybody's waiting on you, Joe. I I digress. You let me know your thoughts here, but you can't make this stuff up. I know. It's just unbelievable, right? Joe Manchin later tweeted in favor of capping the cost of insulin at $35 per month, which is literally a life-saving drug for millions of people, and paving the way for cheaper drugs to be imported from Canada. Democrats have long pledged to rein in the cost of prescription drugs, and there is a swelling desire among vulnerable lawmakers to pass measures providing financial relief to Americans hit with rising prices. That drew some support from one of Manchin's progressive rivals, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. Senator Manchin is right, Bernie Sanders wrote on Twitter. "Let's cut drug prices in half by strengthening the provision in the House-passed Build Back Better legislation to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices like the VA has done for years and pass the whole package with 50 votes next week." It comes as Manchin is in the midst of private negotiations with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer to see if an agreement can be struck to dislodge the stalemate on President Joe Biden's economic agenda. The conservative West Virginia Democrat tanked the bill at the end of last year, and the party has hasn't tried reviving it since, which isn't really true. It just literally says that they're in the midst of negotiations right now. So, I mean, that's a very contradicting. They contradicted themselves here in two different statements back to back. Other progressives lambasted Manchin for voicing support on the drug pricing measure after blocking the larger Build Back Better bill, which included a similar initiative. Representative Ilhan Omar wrote on Twitter, "You literally killed the bill to do this." I know. I mean, Joe Manchin is you can't make this stuff up, right? You can't make this stuff up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah. But honestly, um, they're getting down here to their last opportunity. And this is gonna be it. So this is I think he probably realizes he's gonna have to pass it here soon. A top aide for Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont also assailed Manchin as well, calling him a phony on Twitter. I have that story right here. Yeah, you can see here top Sanders aide calls Manchin a phony on lowering prescription drug prices. Is it just me, or does Bernie Sanders sometimes look like Doc Brown on from Back to the Future? Laurel, what do you think? Do you think Bernie Sanders looks like Doc Brown from Back to the Future a little bit? What do you think? Pop up a picture of Doc Brown here from Back to the Future next to next to Bernie Sanders here. Let's see if they kind of look the same a little bit. What do you think? My wife Laura loves Back to the Future, and she watched them with her dad for many, many, many years. And I mean, we still watch them. But the tweet here says from Warren Gunnels, "What a phony! The reason we failed to keep our promises to seniors is because Senator Joe Manchin sabotaged the Build Back Better Act and refuses to end the filibuster. In Joe Manchin's world, protecting the filibuster is more important than protecting seniors. No wonder billionaires love him." And this is retweeting a tweet from Senator Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin says, "By allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices, capping the cost of insulin at $35 a month, and allowing importation of drugs from Canada, we can lower prescription drug prices in America. We must take action and keep the promises we've made to our seniors." Well, this is exactly what was in the Build Back Better Act. They could have already passed this and literally been working on another bill. Yeah, and remember that they actually wanted to pass a larger version of the Build Back Better bill, but Joe Manchin didn't want to do that either. Then they had to lower the Build Back Better bill for Joe Manchin, and then he didn't pass that one either. So I mean, when you look at headlines like this, top Sanders aide calling Manchin a phony on lowering drug prices, you tell me. You be the judge. You let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this is exactly what was in the Build Back Better bill, but Joe Manchin refused to vote on it. Meanwhile, more and more stories keep popping up about Senator Joe Manchin. Here's another story here from The Guardian. Remember, there was that other story from the New York Times, how Joe Manchin aided Cole and earned millions of dollars by doing it, and charged millions of people more money while he earned millions of dollars. Yeah. But you could see this article from The Guardian. Did Joe Manchin block climate action which is part of the Build Back Better action. I mean, the Build Back Better is really a massive package which has all sorts of different things in it to benefit his financial interest. Recent revelations that Democratic West Virginia Senator quietly made millions from his coal business could come back to haunt him as he eyes a run for re-election. Now, note here, he's not up for re-election this year. He's up for re-election in 2 more years. But it kind of makes you wonder, how is this stuff not illegal for a elected official? Elected official. By the way, in 2020 alone, Manchin earned nearly $500,000 from this company and $5.6 million over the previous decade. 5.6 million. Yeah. So if you ever wonder why somebody may or may not vote for something and maybe has ulterior motives when everybody else in their party is all voting one way, everybody else says, for example, Democrats all say yes, 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 yes. And then you have one person who says, nah, I'm not ready to vote for it yet. I don't know. You tell me. Meanwhile, the New York Times is exposing this that nobody apparently knew about. And it does make you kind of wonder. I'll link you to the video I did about this that really the New York Times has done all this investigative journaling and uncovering, and apparently would have made this coal mine go away as part of this, energy provision and clean energy to get rid of this, very dirty coal mine. And Joe Manchin would have lost this source of millions of dollars that he's making, just among other things, right? Yeah, it does kind of make you wonder. Remember, these politicians, they go into being a politician. Yeah, they make like $200,000 a year or something, but a lot of these politicians are worth tens of millions of dollars, sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars when they come out of being a politician. So it's not really their $200,000 a year that they're making, because even if they work there for 5 years, that's 1 million. If they worked there for 10 years, that would be 2 million. These guys guys or gals come out of being politicians worth tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. So if you just do the math, something doesn't quite add up. And yeah, yeah, I'm just here telling you the truth. Again, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I'm just kind of letting you kind of know what goes on in politics. It's crazy. So I'll link you to that video I did on Joe Manchin that the New York Times exposed. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So let me know your thoughts. I'll keep you up to date here on this next version of the Build Back Better package, as well as everything these states, cities, and counties are doing. And I just did a big video on SNAP bonus benefits. I'll link you to here as well. Make sure to subscribe down below. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe is completely free to do so. It's one of the few things that are free left here nowadays. After you click subscribe down below, click the bell icon so you get notifications as soon as we go live with new videos. You can click here to see my new video on new SNAP bonus benefits that have just been approved. And here is that video exposing Joe Manchin. Yeah, crazy. If you haven't seen that yet, click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.